Hey guys, I'm Blade BowQuest, and this is going to be the 4th episode of Bum to Billionaire. So we got Getting Souls here today. So, Getting Souls, first I want to say thank you for subscribing to my channel, man. That does mean a lot.
Yeah, thank you for doing this giveaway.
Absolutely, yeah, I appreciate it. So it's going to be really cool. We got these heart things because my push to talk apparently likes it on, what is this, Imager or something. So, much love going out to everybody watching this recording and, of course, in the live stream right now. So we're just going to have this flashing heart as I open my mic. But either way, so we got Getting Souls here. This is the 4th episode of Bum to Billionaire. We've already completed 3 episodes with Baron von Kalten, and he's gone through the system, and he actually became very successful. I think he reached his goals of hitting that Trizarca, which is always good. And 4th episode, but first of 3 sessions with Getting Souls. So, Getting Souls, let's just start off with, what are your goals right now? What is it that I can help you with?
Long-term goal would be to get full tri boss gear and maybe duo to tri accessories.
Okay, I like that. It's a pretty good goal. We got these friggin' hearts. How do I don't know of any way to get this flashing heart off of this, so we just got this the whole time. It's kind of funny.
It's all good.
Bothering me. How do I fix that? Okay, so that is definitely a multi-billion goal, which is really good. So you want tri-boss gear. You're looking at probably about 2 billion plus right there, either in enchanting with good fortune or, of course, buying it. And duo accessories, we're going to tack on at least another 100 million on, you know, the rings, the earrings, depending on what you go for necklace and belt. So probably in the ballpark of 2.5 to 3 billion seems to be your goal. So that's really good. Blade hates love confirmed.
And, you know, short-term goal would probably be day 1 Dandelion or green or blue awakening weapon from Musa to duo.
Okay. So you're a Musa, okay. How do I disable this? I'm gonna figure out a way to get rid of these hearts. 1 second. How do I do this?
Take your time, man.
There's gotta be a voice activation thing I can do. Voice, inputs, defaults, push to talk, got it. Alright. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yes! Alright, we got hands free. I just opened my mic, so that's what we're gonna have this whole time. So, okay, so good. So far, so good. How long have you played so far?
Since launch.
Since launch, okay. And what would you say when you're trying to make silver, how much silver do you make per hour?
It all depends on how unlazy I am.
Say you're really giving it your best.
What mob?
About what?
What mob would you say?
Oh, when you're trying to make silver, from what you know right now, how much do you think you could get? You know, ballpark is fine. It doesn't have to be exact at all. I'm just trying to get an estimate of what you're able to get when you're trying to get silver.
Let's say about 20-ish mil.
We're talking about per hour.
Oh, per hour, sorry. I normally get about 5 mil an hour.
5 million an hour? Okay. That's pretty good. That's not bad at all for active income. You've got 174 AP. How many hours a day can you play?
As many hours as I need to.
That's what I like to hear. Alright. We're going to get you to these goals pretty dang fast. That's awesome. As many hours as he needs to. Man, nobody else has given me an answer like that to work with. This is going to be fun. How much money do you think you make right now per average on every week?
If I don't spend it, maybe about 60 million a week.
Even if you do spend it, like what are you averaging right now? Not like your best case scenario, just you know, the past four weeks or so. What do you think your average has been, just in total income generation?
Maybe about 150 mil.
150 million a week. Okay, cool. So right now, just give me a second here. I'm going to look through your bank and try to analyze what you've got going on. So Altanova, I'm looking at platinum ore. So that's coming from probably gathering node. You got some vanadiums. You spend time out in Valencia. It looks like a lot of those wouldn't be metal solvents because you don't do alchemy. So silver shards and zinc shards. Looks like maybe.
Yes.
Okay. I'm liking the coal. Good job with that. Very,
Thank you.
very good. Okay. Yeah, I got armor sounds okay. 4 million liquid silver. Altanova is the big bank there at 134 million. And that was only the bottom. Okay, so actually there's a lot more. Let me look through the rest. Okay, so you got some items here. Combat XP book. Fine. Got a boat. What are you doing with the milk currently?
I got that from turning in cooking stuff.
Okay, so you're hanging on to it. Probably aren't utilizing it right now.
Correct.
Okay, sounds good. Blackstone powder. How are you getting this?
Cheap crystals that are going about 20, 40k and I grind them.
The blue ones?
Yes.
Cool. Yeah, it's a pretty good source. That's not too bad. Now, whenever you find active income sources for 10 million plus an hour, it no longer becomes time effective to make your own Blackstone powder. But if you're in the five-ish million an hour, maybe 5 to 7 million, it does make sense to make your own Blackstone powder. Because simply the time required to make Blackstone powder can literally be used, if you have a 10 million an hour grind route, it could be used more effectively. But yeah, making your own seems like it makes a lot of sense. And then obviously the yellow ones as well. You want to buy those probably under 60k, depending on your market.
Yeah.
Okay, looking good. Alright, so that's Altanova. We got Tariff here. We got 20 million over there. Okay, bunch of miscellaneous. Idle, 10 million there. It's mostly birch and some resources. What are these polished stones going into? Is that Node Wars?
It was Node Wars, yes.
Okay, so Altanova is your main bank, looks like. And that's good. I think you can do a lot of things out of Altanova. Now your stats, I'm liking the gear so far. So 175 or 174 AP is very solid. You'll be able to do a lot of things with it, for sure. Okay. Alright, so let me get an idea of some more questions here. So, let's see. We'll get into your nodes here in a second. Do you do a lot of crafting? I don't need to know all of them right now, but are you manufacturing a lot of items?
No.
No? Okay, good. So we'll go over... Well, it's not good, but that's a good opportunity to make a lot more. Have you seen my Money Mastery series? It's okay if you haven't.
But we'll check it out after this.
You don't need it now. You've got personalized coaching. You're going to be all set. Don't worry. So let me go over a couple key points of it, though. So the Money Mastery system breaks down income into 5 different types. So those types, the first one is active income, which is basically how you spend your time, energy, and your actual actions as a person that directly relates to how much money that you're making. So if you're killing an NPC, you know, that's an active income source. If you're going and gathering, if you're trading, if you're doing relics, these are things that you're spending your time for money. And that's only one category of income. But there are 5 of them as far as I've been able to classify that I use. The second one is passive income. So I'm sure you're very well, aware of that. I don't have to define it for you. But it's nodes, it's investment banks, it's AFK fishing overnight, it's going to pick up your brother from school or something and then having cooking going in the background. It's anything that makes you money whenever you're not actively spending your time. That's the second category. You might want to just jot these down. And then the third one will be semi-active income. Semi-active income, basically, every couple hours you have the opportunity to make a huge amount of profit. Maybe almost the same as if you would grind a full hour. You might be able to make that over the course of 4 or 5 hours just by doing a couple key things, like maybe 5 to 10 minutes across that 5 hours. So semi-active income is managing workshops. It's looking for, generally it's workshops. Let's just narrow it down to that right there.
Yeah.
And there are 2 other types. I'm not going to go into them right now, but basically it's microsecond millions and long-term investing. I think you're going to be able to benefit from the first 4 out of these systems, and the 5th one not so much. And the 4th one's pretty complicated. We'll go over that in a later session. But for right now, just know there are 3 main types of income, and we need to maximize the first 3 significantly. So now you at least know them, so that's good. And we've got your goals, which is 2.5 billion to 3 billion worth of resources, or worth of items, not necessarily silver. Alright, before we talk about making silver, which is ultimately what this whole thing is about, I kind of want to go over your thoughts on on gearing strategy. Are you a die-hard enchanter where you just like for the life of you won't save money, or are you kind of like you just want to get this gear at any kind of method you can?
Pretty much, I'd like to get it at any kind of method, whether it be enhancing
Okay.
or saving up.
Okay, well, I think the best strategy is getting to a certain point of silver where you could buy any of the items that you're looking for, and then, which would be 500 million. 500 million would cover tri-armor in any category. It would also cover any duo accessory, save a duo ogre ring. So if you saved, if you worked, we set up a system, and we get you 500 million. At that point, if something like a Tet, not Tet, sorry, if a Tri-Muskin hits the market, you then have the opportunity to bid on it. So that's fantastic. We want to get you to that point where that's kind of like in your back pocket. We're not going to count on that to get you this gear, but that is absolutely another viable way of getting gear, so we need to get you there after your 500 million silver. Then all of your additional resources should go to buying that gear at any level, basically, and enchanting it up. You might, yeah, so that kind of gives you a two-prong attack here. And if you watch my stream enough, you know that right now I'm about 100 million short of being able to buy a Tri-Ogre ring if it hits the market. And then I'm going to also work on upgrading my silver, not my silver, but my gear through enchanting as well, as long as I maintain that threshold. So if it hits the market, I can buy it. Because if that Tri-Muskin hits the market and it doesn't go into pre-order, and you're sitting at 200 million, you just got to sit there, watch it hit the market, and have it disappear in front of you, and you didn't even have a chance. So would you think it's a reasonable goal to get about 500 million?
Yes.
Alright, that sounds good. So write that on the top of your page. Your goal is 500 million silver. Right now, that's your short-term goal, and that'll help you reach these longer-term goals. So let me look over your stats a little more. I like the AP. Okay, so Gathering Artisan 1, that's good. Processing Artisan 5 is also good. Cooking looks as if it is only from beer.
Yes.
Okay. And Alchemy you've never tried, pretty much.
No.
Good stuff. Fishing, you've got, and that's not an affirmative like, good, you shouldn't do Alchemy, but okay, so I'm understanding. And fishing is AFK, you're good with all this. Alright, looking pretty good. Well, let's go over active income first. Where are you grinding right now?
More than likely sausages.
Sausages, okay. And how do you do it? How many people in a group?
Mostly solo, but if I'm with my guild, it's more about 3 to 5 people.
Okay, and you are level 56 now, so obviously you'll want combat XP as well. Are you aware that you cannot specialize in money and combat XP at the same time? You have to pick one or the other?
Yes.
Okay, good. So for the silver goal, let's see, 56 honestly is pretty respectable. It's pretty solid. You're going to get your awakening soon. Obviously everyone always kind of wants to have a higher level, but there's pretty diminishing returns. 57 is nice, but I think if you focus on the silver, it'll be a little bit better. So while you don't want to alienate your guild, you should be aware that if you're grinding in more than a 2-man group, you are losing silver per hour. That's kind of it's a hard thing to think about, it's a hard thing to say, especially with guildies, because they don't understand. If you have 2 people in a grind spot, that's full. That grind spot is taken, it's done. That's a max silver grind right there. 2 people always going to special deals. Because I don't know if you know or not, but special deals does not tax you. So you, of course. So 3 5-man groups you're not going to want to do. If you're at Sazens, honestly, that's perfect. That really does not need to be optimized at all in terms of active income. Well, why don't we just say that's good for now. Honestly, Sazens is the place to go, especially this level, this AP. Solo is great as well. Duo, you will pick up your income though. So if you can, you want to move from solo to duo.
Alright.
Okay, cool. So we got, and all right, I'm gonna go into the game here and let me look at your markets. Got my 50 from when I was making guilds over other channels.
It's better than nothing.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. What? How's your contribution spent right now? Oh, I can't even see the map on the server.
61 in housing and 101 in node investment.
61 housing, 101 in node investment. Do you have any crafting workshops right now at all?
Tool workshops.
So that's for gathering?
Yes.
Right, so you do your own gathering there. Okay. And you're gathering on every character, I imagine, just to go through, that's how you spend energy?
My main's mostly my gathering, but my alts are more so for Nightbender.
Okay, so you're going for Nightbender.
Going Nightbender with as little self, but it's always good for 4 million, which is your aim.
Yeah, and it's tempting too, so it's not ideal, but honestly, it's okay. Because I think if you can grind Sazens, you're in really good shape for active income. Gathering is generally an alternative people take to grinding. And when they grind, they often can't get Sazens. So if you're routinely getting Sazens, either solo or duo, then, you know, if you're just spending your energy on the Nightbender, that's totally fine. Okay. So, and you're only making lucky tools right now. I'm going to go through the markets with you right now, and we're going to figure out some new things. The stream's already saying Blade's about to break our markets. That's probably true.
Yeah, more than likely.
Okay. I wish this Jumanji thing wasn't giving out horse gear. There's still profit in that. Yeah, it's not bad. So I just looked through horse gear and Grunil. There is a little bit of profit in Grunil. It should probably be added to your system here, but not necessarily this second. Horse gear is not good enough, but I did just find something. Fishing prows. Yeah, okay. This will be interesting. Let me just make sure. So I actually made way more money on fishing prows than I should have. It's kind of crazy. There's just so much profit. I made tons and tons of plywood, and had no way of getting rid of it, so I had to find a way, and these fairy prows were the only way I could get rid of this thing. So sturdy ash plywood, 1 sinner's blood. So to make an item that is sold out right now, it's 277k on the market. It takes 1 ash plywood, and it takes 1 sinner's blood and blackstone powder. Do you know how to get let's see, actually here, I'll just have you look at this with me. So Altanova 4.5 is what makes fishing parts over here, fishing boat parts.
Let me find it real quick, sorry. Alright.
Okay, so if you hit control and left click, that'll actually pop up. My mouse is dying on me, that's not good. There we go. It should pop up a little window, and then you can actually mouse over the individual parts and see the price of all these things.
Alright.
You got it? Okay, cool. Alright, so let's look at this real quick. So we've basically got sturdy ash plywood, you've got sinner's blood, you've got blackstone powder. Now you're already making the blackstone powder yourself, so it's going to be less than the cost. I'm going to run this through a calculator real quick. If you were to calculate the profit, how would you do it? Because I want to kind of do this with you and not just go over how it's done.
Personally, I would get the materials together to make one, and then combine that cost of the materials, sell it, and see how much I get after taxes.
So to calculate profit, you would go gather it, build it, and then see what money you made, and that's your profit.
Correct.
Okay, so a new way to do it is if you mouse over it, you've got the selling price here, 225,000. I don't know where I got 270 from. So 225. I'll do this on a calculator. 225, and then we're going to multiply that. You have a value pack, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to multiply that by 0.845%. I don't know if you know, but 30% increase after the 65% ends up being 84.5. So
Alright.
you multiply that. Now, when you sell a prow here, you're going to get back 190,000 silver. So now you want to deduct the cost of the materials. So here's a couple cool tricks that you can do. So the first thing you're going to want to do is know your base profit if you buy the materials off the marketplace and then create this. So we've got 190,000 silver that you're going to get back every time you sell this. And then you're going to subtract, so this 30 ash plywood was 108k. Okay, so 108. Subtract Sinner's Blood, that's 14k. We got 15 times 15 down there, so 15 times 17. So let's see, subtract what, 14,000 from this. And alright, so that's going to be 16. So we got 15 of these black stone powders. And now you make them yourself, so obviously your profit is going to be more than this. But this is just straight up if you bought it. So we were at 68,000 profit with the ash plywood and the Sinner Blood cost, but we were not. We did not deduct black stone powder. That's 25k. So 68 or minus 25k. So now we have a profit on this one item of 43,000 silver. I think it takes about an hour to make something like this. Maybe between a half an hour and an hour. Something along the lines of that. But the interesting thing is you can actually use your other passive income skills to make these materials, or at least one of them, sturdy ash plywood, and increase that profit. But when I'm making an item, I look for between 30 and 50k profit per hour.
Alright.
So it doesn't seem like a huge amount, but honestly, if you can get, you know, something like 50 to 100k an hour, you know, that's anywhere from 1 to 2 million a day on one workshop. If you have, you know, 5 workshops, you're in between 5 to 10 million silver every day just for semi-active income. So right now, I just wanted to give you an example. I was just kind of looking through your market to see what the opportunities are. There is something to be said for being very careful on mass producing those, especially the fact that it's streamed and it's going on YouTube. That might not be the item that we end up having you work with, yet I do think that is probably one of them. So why don't you right now just go over what nodes that you have for me. And kind of all of your contribution. I just kind of want to go through it. We'll cut any kind of loose ends.
Well, I've got the 2 iron nodes in the Crescent Mountains connected to Altanova.
Okay, so those are going to give you the rough black crystals, which you're already refining for normal black crystals.
Yes, I've got Abandoned Iron Mine.
Okay, so
Kasula
both of them. What farm?
Kasula for cotton.
And that's just for processing XP, I guess?
Yes.
Okay, thought so. Okay.
Both nodes at Omar Lava Cave. Auto Farm for more cotton.
Okay.
Kemisov Temple for flax.
Okay.
Ancient Fissure for zinc ore. Elric Shrine for the white maple.
White. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Northern Hydelian Quarry for copper and iron.
Northern Hydelian Copper. Ah, or a quarry. So you're all the way over here. I gotcha.
And I've got Velia connected all the way to the Crescent Mountains.
Okay. Why don't you go ahead and stop all workers right now? Just kind of cancel all those guys, and we'll adjust some of this. Do you have any spare contribution right now, or no?
I have 4 free contribution right now.
4? Okay, so 4. Alright, so honestly, with some of the things that we can do, you'll be getting better processing XP without the flax, without the cotton. It's okay, but what ends up happening is the final tier gets you a decent amount of XP, but even making things like steel bars gives you the same amount. And so it's not worth it to gather it yourself at this point, because you have 180 contribution, and there are other things that are going to get you a lot more money. So why don't you write down that we're going to axe both of your cotton nodes, we're going to axe the flax node, your copper and iron node, that's toast. You don't have anything up in the Sazens area, right?
No.
Okay, but you do have white cedar at
At Elric.
Elric's. That's kind of a pretty big path up there, and you're also getting zinc at the Ancient Fissure. So
Yes.
So those aren't too bad, honestly. You're getting, you know... but the problem is they don't have good rare materials, and the basic materials can be replaced by even better stuff. So why don't we let's kill both of those as well. Alright, so I like your Omar Lava Cave, that's fine. So there you're getting coal and rubies, which rubies are kind of, you know, can't do anything with, really. And then you've got zinc and platinum, that's fine. And I like your abandoned iron mine there. That's going to get you, yeah, more rough black crystals and then more platinum. So those are a must. You've got some really good ones right there. And you're connected, you said, from Velia to Valencia.
Correct.
Okay. Do you do trading that you really love, or is that just kind of how the game ended up happening?
Just kind of how it ended up happening.
No problem. So you're going to want to set up each individual city as it's kind of its own hub for gathering and for workers. So just disable every single connection between Velia, Heidel. Keep your Medaya Omar Lava Cave, keep your abandoned iron mines, and every other node that we just talked about should be disabled over in Medaya and Velia Heidel area. Your Valencia is good, keep that for right now. I know it's pretty expensive with contribution. There's going to be 2 more nodes over in Valencia that we're going to get right now. Can you meet me in Altanova?
Yeah, I'm sitting in Altanova right now.
Sweet. Alright, I will grab a horse and head over there. Doesn't even have 2 silver in his own pocket. I certainly do. It's funny. Stream saying I'm dishing out financial advice without silver. Where is my horse? Do I have a horse? What the heck?
If you need me to, I can come and pick you up.
Nah, it should be okay. I'll just autopath as I keep looking at the map. So, it'll work out.
Alright.
Even with the slowish horse, it should probably be a little better than doubling. Oh, songs are getting weird. What's happening? Songs, bring it down. Bring it down, songs. There we go. Alright, so there's a lot of really good things that we're going to be able to do. So I'm kind of excited about this. It'll be awesome. One of the big ones will be getting you going in Grunil. Grunil is going to be one of your manufacturers. It's something that I recommend to a lot of people, but you can't really go wrong with it. And right now, it's so profitable that, especially for processors, it should be done. So you have the value pack, you said?
Yes.
Okay. How much of Valencia do you have explored and open?
I've got all the way up to Iris Canyon,
Iris Canyon.
all the way to Teedum Valley, and then of course the city itself.
Okay, that's a lot. So you have Pilgrim's Haven then, I imagine? It's in the middle of the desert.
Yes.
Okay, sweet. But that is not currently connected, right?
No.
Alright, well, got some good news for you. So if you click on that, that is 3 contribution points. You want to invest in that. And then right after that, your iron node is, I think, another 3 contribution points. That's going to give you another node for rough black crystals.
Alright, get it.
What are you doing with the rough black crystals right now? Anything?
Mostly putting them on the marketplace when I get more than 200.
Okay, I have great news for you, man. For all the money that you make with all of your black crystals, you're going to start making 5 times the silver for every crystal you sell. So, what happens is when you actually make a piece of Grunil armor, it takes 3 of those. It takes 3 of the polished or the normal black crystals. So you would be selling it for probably about 10k a piece. So you'd be hoping for, you'd be hoping for 30,000 silver, and then you're probably going to be making, I don't know, 25k from that. Well, now that's going to go into a piece of Grunil, which you're going to then sell for 180k. And that's every single group of 3 crystals. So we're going to optimize your rough black crystals. We're going to set you up with Grunil, and I want to get you with 4 workshops, and hopefully 180 CP. 10 highly effective, very, very good nodes for silver generation. Alright, so I imagine you don't have any workers in the Sandgrain Bazaar, right?
No.
Okay, so make a mental note or write this down in your notebook. You're going to send an alt over there, maybe even 2 alts, something like that. And you're going to go over and spend your energy until you get a skilled human. You need to get a skilled human at Sandgrain Bazaar, and he's going to be getting you the iron ore out in the middle of the desert, Pilgrim's Haven.
Alright. I'm gonna have to let all my workers finish what they're doing before I can get my contribution back.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be done right now, don't worry. These are just guidelines of how we can improve this, so, I mean, you've got me for a week, so we got plenty of time to make sure all this works. But yeah, make sure that you get a skilled human right there. Now, let's see. Oh, you know what? That's already connected to Altanova, isn't it?
Yes.
That's not too bad. Alright, right now, I think that's fine, because what's going to happen is you'll need 1 less lodging, 1 less worker. And so you can use a worker from Sandgrain Bazaar. Once you get additional contribution, and maybe it's less of an issue, what I do is I have my workers go from Altanova. Just because I want everything to be pulled back to 1 warehouse, and I don't mind the extra lodging, the extra worker. But moving it over at Sandgrain Bazaar will cut down on your contribution costs just for right now.
Alright.
Yeah, he actually already has those 2 crescent irons, so that's good. Now, there's another iron node out there. Let me look over here. Alright, so you have Boulder Outpost right now. You're going to want to grab Pujia Canyon, or whatever it's called. It's by Bashim's, so east of Altanova.
Alright.
And then Bashim's base, all the way down there. And iron node, or iron ore there as well. So this is now the 4th Valencia rough black crystal node that's going to help. So let's look at the Altanova workshops here. And do you know how to track down exactly which kind of craft workshop that, you know how to find those specific workshops or no?
Yes.
Okay, good. So let's just do the drop down menu armor workshop. See which one is the cheapest. We need a grade 5. So 11 contributions for 8-4 in Altanova. And 11 for the other one as well. So come down to what else those lines can give us. Those aren't... I already have a refinery there, it's funny. Alright, let me look at these. I think this gives horse gear. Yeah, so we got horse gear there, which is generally a pretty good idea. Not enough.
I can change a storage that I have to a level 5 on the workshop.
Oh, you already got one? Great. Let's do it. Cool, so you can do that right now. That'll be perfect.
Yeah, it's just waiting for it to level up to level 5.
Okay, sounds good. And on your main, where are you spending your energy when you gather? Because I know you use Lucky Tools.
Do you know the secret little spot on the mountain near Goblin Cave?
For the sheep? Or
It's in between Helms and Goblin Cave.
yeah.
For gathering.
Yeah, you can gather. That was one of the only places to get zinc before Medaya.
Yeah, that's where I normally go.
So what do you look for over there? There's not too much. Rough
I
maybe.
mainly go, mainly the stone nodes. Firefly, sandstone, stuff like that.
Okay. Have you ever heard of the Grieving Graves? No?
No.
Alright, so good news. There's like a miracle spot for Roughstone. So if you look at your map, and you look at Sandgrain Bazaar, and you go out there to where you just invested contribution, or where you're going to get this iron ore out there, the rough black crystals. It's called Pilgrim's Haven, but when you go over there, the map will actually say Grieving Grave. There's basically a little tiny rock stacked upon another tiny rock stacked on another one. You can stand on the top and basically go through almost 10 different mining things.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah, it's incredibly good. It's basically one of the fastest places to spend energy, and that's for rough stone. However, well, I mean, right now it looks as if you're spending energy in order to get sharps and hearts. Is that pretty much right?
Correct.
Yeah, so if you want to get Feldspar, which one day you will need at the end of this coaching session, because we're going to get you involved in alchemy as well, that's the place to do it, so don't worry about this middle Helms area anymore. However, because we're going to start doing Grunil, what you will want to probably do is change some of your tools over to tanning hides, tanning knives. Have you seen the ox spot before?
I have not.
Okay, so if you look at your map, don't look at my map because it's all grayed out, but look at your map. So you got the Sazan's Garrison, south of that is Kusha, and a little bit west of that is the Stonetail's Wasteland. Right below that is a road. You see that?
Yes.
Alright, so literally on the other side of the road, on the south side, yeah, my poor map is so grayed out on this server. It's just filled with ox. It's crazy. There are so many ox in, and I think this is better if you're only gathering on your main character. Then this would be your place to gather, because you're gonna get ox hide, which then gets refined to tough hide, and you're gonna have to refine these. You're gonna have to gather them yourself. You're gonna get fine tough hide from there. The fine tough hide is an ingredient in Grunil, and oftentimes sold out of the market. It's one of the bottlenecks. Yeah, as of right now, there's 0 fine tough hide on the market. So start switching over. You can keep one of your tool workshops because obviously you only want to gather if you have lucky tools. So how many tool workshops do you have right now?
Just one.
Okay, yeah, 1's a good number. A little lost being a new player. This all confuses me. Yeah, sorry about that. Basically, this is one-on-one coaching. It's a series Bum to Billionaire, so we're going over his entire empire and income systems. So if you hit exclamation mark money, it'll get you started on the guides, but that's why it's not easy to follow. Just talking to stream there. So either way, yeah, why don't you start working that even today, whenever you can. As soon as you get your first lucky tool, just kind of head up there, start getting those hides. Make sure that you're leveling up your armor. Was it 5.8? Which one did you have? An alternate.
The armor is 8.4.
Oh, 8.4. Okay. Let's see what's over here. Yeah, that'll actually work. I like 8.4 because 8.3, I believe, has horse gear.
Yeah, I've already got that.
Has storage, though, right?
As horse gear.
You do have it as horse gear. So you make horse gear?
I used to. I just hadn't pulled it out, but I'm glad I hadn't.
Yeah, with horse gear, what's happening right now with our daily Jumanji Black Spirit adventure, we're getting horse gear all the time, and it's hitting the market, it's dropping the value of it. So hold off on horse gear until probably the end of this month, and then it's going to be your time to start looking at horse gear again. So it's good that you have that. But yeah, so start making those tanning knives. As soon as you get a couple luckies, go up there to that ox spot. I'll show you on stream once I'm back on Eden, so you definitely know exactly where it is. And then you already have a lot of things that you need to make Grunil. Do you remember how to bring up the little window showing you all of the stuff?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So yeah, so 8.4 Altano. Let's just look at it real quick. Let's bring up Grunil helmets and Grunil gloves. So when you mouse over Grunil helmet and gloves, sometimes it shows you the price, sometimes it doesn't. I think it's because it can be an ultimate item or it can be enhanced, and for some reason it doesn't give us a silver price. But we can mouse over all the ingredients right here. So let's see. Yeah, let's go to the market as well. And you know you can get to the market from the map, right?
Yes.
Okay. So if you type in Grunil, so we've got helmets at 194, we've got Grunil gloves at 240. So basically the major difference between this is, I believe the gloves take 2 hides. I'll have to double check that.
Gloves take 2 brass ingot, 1
That's
fine
it,
hide.
1 fine hide. Okay, so then between those things, you would definitely want to make the gloves, obviously just because the profit's there. So the good news is that would take 3 black crystals. You would be expecting to get 25,000 silver if you just sold them on the market. You'll never sell another black crystal. You're going to turn it into Grunil gloves. And with moving out of the other nodes that you had, you're going to be able to get a lot more rough black crystals. So the Bashim base is one. You got the Pilgrim's Haven is another. And how many workers do you have in Altanova?
Altanova,
I only have 1.
hold on. $11.
You have 11 workers.
Yes.
Wow, that's good. Okay, so before you had 2 of them on Omar Lava Cave. Well, actually, everything was connected. So did you have them like wandering out there to Zinc and stuff?
Yes.
Okay, that's why. So that's actually pretty good. That's a lot of workers. In that case, let me see. How much lodging do you need? So you get 1 automatically. You get an extra 1 right there. So that's 2 workers. That's 3, 4 workers. 5, 6.
I have 5 houses as lodging.
5 housing? Okay. How's lodging? 6, so then you got your 10 right there. 5. Is it? What's the other one?
6 1, 6 2, 6 3, 6, and 10 1.
10 1. So 10 1 is that 1 contribution for 1 worker? Or?
I believe so.
Yeah, it's not too bad. So the amount of workers we'll need, we're going to absolutely keep 2 from Omar Lava Cave, 2 from Abandoned Iron Mine, so that's 4. And then we're going to go Bashim Base, that's 5. You've got 2 out there in Crescents, so 6 and 7. Pilgrim's Haven is a worker, that's going to be 8. So we've got 8 workers out there so far. You've got 11. And we're going to be making Grunil, so we're at 9, and we have 2 extra workers. Why don't you fire your worst, and then just get rid of that 1 contribution at that 1 house that you just talked about. I think 10 workers should do it for now. So yeah, if you're up to 6-4, that should be good.
Alright, that'll be another about 27 minutes till I can fire my
Yeah,
worst.
yeah. Oh, it doesn't have to be done now, just in general. So, okay, so what questions do you have for me on how to make Grunil? I don't know if you, if I filled in every gap there, or...
No, pretty much got the full gist of it.
Cool. Yep, so you'll want to start doing that today, pretty much. And, quite honestly, I love your sleep schedule. It's erratic, it's ridiculous, and you have as many hours as we can put into this game. So that'll be kind of fun and good. So 180 contribution is honestly pretty fine. To reach your goals right now, I don't think you need to spend too much more time opening up additional contribution. We'll be able to do a lot with what you have. Over time, you'll get more.
I've only got 166 contribution.
Where did I get the 180? Is that your energy?
Energy's 225.
Oh, I was looking at the 180 out of 225. I see the screenshot. Oh yeah, I totally missed it. So 166. How do you get contribution now, if at all?
Mainly from cooking beer.
Okay, so there's a couple new ones that I'm going to show you here. Believe it or not, I'm going to teach you how to quest. It's going to be crazy. Let's see, what is your in-game name again? YuuKanda. YuuKanda. Which character are you on? Are you on YuuKanda right now?
Yeah, do you need me to switch to a different channel?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm on Velia 01.
Alright.
Yeah, the stream's freaking out because I'm going to teach you how to quest. They know I'm getting serious. Gotta do what I gotta do for my student here.
Waiting on the channel change.
Yep, no worries. Oh, is there a cooldown timer or just the normal?
Normal.
Yeah, okay, cool. Don't panic. You don't have a sports almanac from the future, do you, Biff? I mean, Blade. Nice. Oh, yeah. Back to the Future, how Biff made his money. It's kind of funny. Yeah, he has 166 contribution, and there he is! Alright, good stuff. Alrighty. So, let's go look at Dave over here for a second. So, Dave doesn't think he does a lot. He's only here to keep the storage. Also keep your worries here. Does he give you a quest?
Yes.
Alright. Talk to him real quick and see what that quest is.
Fertilizer.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. What kind is it again? Organic or?
Yes.
There's 2,000 on the market. Pick up about 100 of them.
Alright. I do have a little bit more disposable income as of right now, since I took those screenshots last night.
Okay.
I'm sitting at about 20.7 mil.
Cool. We won't need too much of it right now. 20. Good job. Alright, so let me know when you get those 100.
Get it.
Alright, so you're gonna buy some more stuff there. You're gonna buy about 100 silver azaleas.
Got it.
Do you already have tons of beer? Normal beer?
I've got about 6,000.
That's plenty. Alright, good. So we've got some beer. Look at the hard hide markets. There should be some hard hides there. Why don't you pick up, I'll say about 5 of those. Not too many.
5 of the hard hides?
The fine, yeah, fine hard hides.
Alright. Got it.
Go for, do you have any white cedar planks in your bank right now? I don't think you do.
I believe they're over in Terra.
Okay, why don't you start shipping those over to Altanova, and right now buy 10 of them off the market. And also ship over your fine hard hides from Tariff. Looks like you have a couple.
Alright.
Student already seems rich. He's got 20 million. He's doing pretty well. We're gonna get him up to 500 million just in his bank so that he can buy gear whenever it hits the market. And his long-term goal is basically about 2.5 to 3 billion. So about 2,000% of what his current account has. So those are good goals. Okay, so you got all that stuff?
Yes.
Alright, so talk to the market director real quick. Look at this quest. It should say giants are strong. Do you see it?
Negative.
You don't see it. Okay. Well, that would take a fine tough hide, and we don't have that now anyway. Alright, let's keep going around. Should be a bunch of turn-ins in the city that are incredibly fast, very easy. If anybody in the stream knows the requirements to see these quests, let me know. They showed up on my main account, or my main server on Eden, and I literally don't even know how they showed up. So I'm not a quester generally. They popped up for me, and so I don't know if you guys know what it is. Hopefully these quests pop up for you. So how about this guy right here? He's a soldier. I'm standing on his head. Alright, so that should be, yeah, so talk to him, do that quest. That is 10 planks into a plywood. Some kind of a pre-quest, only one of my alts has them. I wonder what it could be. That's weird. Yeah, we've got a lot of resources in the stream though. 310 people. Does anybody know what it takes to open up that Giants Are Strong quest on the market? It's good form right there. It's the name of the quest. It's called Giants Are Strong.
Done.
Okay, got it. Alright, come on down here. Okay, so this guy should have a quest too. That is 10 silver azalea. Just turn it in right there.
Done.
Okay. We're gonna keep going. So the stream is saying the Explore Altanova quests.
This guy also has a white cedar stuff for me right here.
You can do that later if you want, but that's not going to be one of the ones that we'll keep you on.
Oh, that's a gathering one.
Yeah. So there's a good amount. You should actually see one pop up over this guy on the stage. Polished stone. Do you see that or no?
No.
Don't know why. Explore Altanova quest. But either way, so let's go to this next guy over here. So ideally, I don't know what it would take to open up those quests exactly. Explore Altanova quests. It's probably worth figuring out though, because that's going to give you a turn-in for Fine Tough Hide at the marketplace, Fine Hard Hide next to the bank. The bank itself will have those organic fertilizer turn-ins. Over here, there should be 5 turn-ins, or 5 beer turn-ins for another 120 contribution. Is that up?
Negative.
Wow, that's the weirdest thing. Alright, I'll figure this out for our next session. Oh wait, okay, so we got it from stream. Giants are strong in PC, Haley, every 22 hours requirement. Knowledge on Fine Tough Hide. Okay. So all you have to do is basically get the knowledge on Fine Tough Hide, apparently. Which you're going to get later today whenever you start crafting Grunil. Nice. Yeah, Hip, thank you for that. Can you check... actually, I guess I'll research... yeah, I'll research this and I'll figure out what you need for the rest. But bottom line, those are going to be relatively quick turn-ins. It should take you less than 5 minutes. It's going to get you, depending on how many you open, between 500 and 700 contribution a day for about 5 minutes. So that's something that you're going to want to kind of start doing, just to gradually start expanding your contribution. Ideally, you're going to want to hit over 200, but don't commit tons of time to it. Most of your time needs to be Sazens grinding. If it's not Sazens grinding, it's gathering the Fine Tough Hides at the Oxen place. So this should be your 2 sources of basically how you play the game right now, with only every once in a while doing these things. So if you talk to the pickpocket, can you they'll have 2 quests. One will be Knowledge Battle, the other one will be a gift from my son.
I believe I've already done the gift for my son.
The gift is a daily thing, so that's turn in 1.
I don't have it.
Yeah, that's weird. So there's a lot of things that we gotta do basically to open that up. But I'll figure that out. Hey, Kalrak's here. That's awesome. Kalrak is actually the reason I have this character. He was the first person I ever coached before I did it live stream. So, that's awesome.
And the Knowledge Battle is up to number 11.
Oh, nice. You're working on that XP. Are you lost? That's really funny. Oh, man. Kalrak, since you're right in front of us, if you want to say like what you started with and what you're at now, you know, it's kind of a cool testimonial. That's really funny. But alright, so I'll look into those things for sure. But you'll want to basically start doing kind of some incremental things like just building your contribution over time. We got a bunch of nodes for you to get, and Kalrak is, I don't know if he's typing or what he's doing. But yeah, so you're gonna get all those nodes. Once the other workers finish, just uninvest in that whole route, basically, that we talked about.
Alright.
Let me try to figure out what other nodes. And I actually want to do one other refinery that you're not going to be able to start making right this second, but maybe on the next session we'll go over some alchemy stuff that I'd like you to do. And that is a grade 3 refinery. Let me look at this. Grade 3 refinery. So that's too much. What about this one? That's 13 contribution. Dang. Still though, it would be worth it. Music. Music, bring it down, buddy. Why don't we hold off on the refinery for right now? But alright, so yeah, make those lucky tanning knives. Start gathering that new place. I can show you on my map if you can't find it. And then once you get that, you can start working up your fine, tough hides. There's going to go into Grunil. You had 2 Grunil crystal nodes. Now you're going to have 3. And by tomorrow, you should have a ton of contribution freed up. We'll see exactly how much it is soon. We'll cut down your workers in Altanova to 10. So uninvest in that 1 extra lodge that you had. Just fire whatever your worst workers are. Later, we're going to go over which worker types to use. But right now, that should be a really good source of just added income. Just as like the first base session here, and we'll go over more. So when can I get more time with you? Sometime tomorrow or the next day?
Whenever it's convenient for you.
It's convenient for me. Alright, you're making this pretty easy, so that sounds good. Let's see. I don't know what my schedule will be like either. Do you want to do maybe a little bit earlier, like even earlier in the morning? So, because I imagine since I just stayed up all night, I'll probably take a good nap in the middle of the day here, and then, I don't know, maybe we'll say like 2 a.m. tomorrow? Oh wait, are servers going down? Servers are going down tomorrow. Yeah.
For the awakening.
Yeah, okay, that's a good point. Do you have any time before servers go down?
It all depends on when I wake up.
Yeah, alright. So we'll leave that tentative for right now, that's fine. But I would say in the next 24 hours, either like before servers go down or after the Valkyrie Awakening, so I'm going to stream that. But I kind of want a session within like another 24 hours so we can go over a lot of the basic building blocks here. But so far, do you have any questions? Because you still got me here before I go.
Honestly, you've covered just about everything for now.
Okay, I'm glad that you
it's just all up to me.
Glad they feel confident in what we went over so far. You definitely got your hands full here. There's a lot of stuff for you to do, and there's going to be a lot more that we'll be able to do once you free up that contribution. So yeah, have a good time, have some fun. Make sure you're making Grunil as soon as you can later today. And once you get Grunil working, go right back and just keep grinding Sazens if you're not working with Lucky Tools on Gathering. And every 24 hours you want to make sure you do this. Last thing I want to mention is, do you ever miss a daily boss?
All the time.
Okay, that needs to stop. I
need to park also.
Yeah, that's what you got to do. So I miss daily bosses all the time too, but there's no good reason for it. Even at my 2 billion silver, there's no good reason for it. I shouldn't be doing it, but I do it incorrectly. So I don't want you to take any kind of example from that. You do want to get it because basically, if take a level 50 ult. Do you have a level 50 ult?
I have a 55 ranger and a 53 wizard or witch.
Perfect. All right. So take either one, doesn't really matter, and sit it on Begs. So just bring it over there to Begs, and just take your daily scroll every single day. What that's going to do is to switch over to one of your characters might take 2 minutes, and then you're going to talk to your Black Spirit. You're going to get your daily quest after 7 days. Either somebody in your guild or channel chat or somebody. Everybody has to do these, so you'll easily get a group. Never do it without a 5-man group. I found that you're going to get between 10 and 15 million silver running these, which takes maybe about 20 minutes. And it's one of those things that you really should be doing every week without fail.
Right.
Alright, cool. So, yeah, we'll just say we'll figure out the next session. But good job going through the first one. You did great. I'm looking forward to seeing what we have to work with. So, thanks a lot for your time, man.
No, thank you for your time.
You're absolutely welcome. And I know I can hopefully help you reach those goals. So, alright, so I'm going to leave Discord and we'll go back to the stream.
Alright, see you there.